You supported me amazingly.
As you did me. There was Anastacia showing me her boobies after her operation. We're stronger than any cancer. Through it all, my journey, I did meet some incredible people, and people who you think are just acquaintances turn out at the end of the day to be amazing people in your lives. And one of these people that I'm talking about is a really beautiful, talented young woman that I met way before I was ill, and she was an acquaintance, and we were in the same sort of business. She's an amazing, talented singer, and her name is Anastacia. But take a look at this film.
That's just the way it goes, and you ain't right.
Anastacia Newkirk, now known as just Anastacia, is a huge star around the world. This Chicago native has a soulful voice and style that mixes R&B, rock, pop, and dance. Anastasia's 2002 VH1 Divas Las Vegas performance rocked America. Just months later, devastating news. She was diagnosed with cancer. But she's fighting back, determined to reclaim her life and continue with her hugely successful career. Anastacia was diagnosed with breast cancer. She's gone through her treatment. She's probably one of the strongest women I've ever met, and through my illness, she was there for me, as I hope I have been to her through her treatment. She's a really great girl. I want to introduce you to my friend. Come on, Anastacia. I know your story so well, but I want you to share it with everyone here. And first of all, tell us, how did you first get your diagnosis?
Well, I had some time off in my schedule, and I wanted to have a breast reduction. And I found a wonderful doctor who's a plastic surgeon, and he told me to get a mammogram with all of the stuff that we need to do for the surgery, and that's how I found out.
After you went in and you had your surgery, what about your cosmetic surgery?
We did half of the cosmetic surgery. It was kind of one of those things that I thought I was going to get the cancer removal and the breast reduction at the same time.
All at once.
I wanted it all at once. I'm an all-in-one girl, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to have to waste time, and I got a big itinerary like yourself, and we got things to do. Exactly. So needless to say, just thought it was going to be really good, and I could do it, and everything could be taken care of. All of a sudden, my cancer surgeon found a little bit more cancer than
he expected.
So my plastic surgeon describes it as he sort of scooped out
what
tissue.
was in there.
Yeah, just kind of like.
Did they go under here, or was it all here? No, we want to know.
Touch myself, shall I? They went in this area and pretty much scooped out part of the left breast, but therefore leaving it completely abnormal looking. So the whole side of my left breast was like
caved in.
Yeah. It was a good look. And so the plastic surgeon, all the drawings he did to try to reduce me was like, okay, well, you're going to start all over again. And a 2.5-hour surgery was 7.5 hours.
Wow.
So the recovery from that was far worse than I had ever expected. There was so much pain involved.
Pain, that's what I was going to ask. Regards pain.
The doctors were pretty much like, you'll be okay, it'll hurt a little, it'll hurt, for about 2 weeks.
Were you bandaged up?
I was like, I was walking like your husband, honey. Real sexy. I was walking real slow and pimped out.
Will you stop?
Like pimped out. I wasn't all buzzy, and I was chill. Everything was a slow motion move. I was like, how you doing? So it was, but he's not, thank God, in pain every day. I mean, I couldn't do anything.
Did it affect your voice?
Yes, it did.
In what way?
I'm praying, and of course I hope that it won't permanently affect my voice, but when I was trying to work and I was in radiation, I actually went to go and sing, and I couldn't remember at all the note I was singing. Every single time the music started, I was like, okay, what is it again? And they'd feed it to me, and I'd be like, what?
It's because it affects your memory. You can't
totally.
remember
I felt
anything.
so retarded.
We met earlier this year at a party, and there was Anastacia and I in the bathroom, and she's showing me her boobies after her operation, and she's telling me, I'm putting off all my treatments because I've got a video to make for Chicago, the movie, the soundtrack to the movie Chicago. And I'm like, are you crazy? She goes, no, I have to do this video. And I'm like, are you nuts?
Well, it was a little, I wish...
Extreme behavior.
It was a little extreme. But you know, that's what makes us us, I guess.
Hold on, because we'll be right back. When we come back, more with Anastacia.
They haven't gave us a definite because it went from colon to gastric.
Don't get frightened about going in for the treatments, because people will tell you this and that, and it's the worst, and it's the worst thing you'll ever go through. You know what? Right now for you, it's the best thing that you will ever go through, because you know why? It's going to save your life.
Can I give you a hug?
Oh, you can give me more than that. I want two. Woo! Welcome back. That was little Catherine, who you just saw. She was a member of my audience just this week, and she was just here. I had no idea that the little girl had cancer until her mum told me, and then I went over to speak to her. But Catherine, stick to it. You're going to survive her. Go for it, Catherine. A lady who is a fan of Anastasia's had written to Anastacia, and Anastacia had written her back. And they were in communication with each other. And I'm my usual place in a pet shop, and I meet this gorgeous blonde lady. And we get talking, and she comes up and she's talking to me, and she tells me that she's going through chemo at the same time as I am. And so we're talking this and that, and I said, how come you haven't lost your hair? Because I was losing great clumps of hair all over the place and had like the worst wig in the world ever made. It was the most embarrassing thing I ever wore. But anyway, I said, your hair is marvelous. And she goes, no, it's a wig. And her wig was the best wig I'd ever seen, and I never, ever forgot this lady. And today, when we were talking about, you know, we're going to bring on somebody who had helped us through, for Anastacia and for me, and the lady who had written to you was the lady that I met in the pet shop.
That had the bomb wig?
Yeah, that had the best wig in the world. And she's here with us today. We do. Come on. Look at this hair. You go, girl. Hi, Minnie. Now, for coincidence, I mean, we never discussed it, nothing, and just the coincidence that all three of us should be in touch at the same time.
You know what? We make cancer look cool, don't we? I think that's pretty
Now,
much...
excuse me, but look at this, dude. It's stunning.
This is the real thing.
Finally, I want to see this wig.
I do have the wig here.
Where is the
It
wig?
is here somewhere. There it is.
Oh,
Come on. Look at this.
Fab.
But feel the hair. It's the best.
It's real hair, and you know, I didn't think that I thought when they told me that I would lose my hair, I didn't think it would be that traumatic. I figured
It's softer than mine.
Well, I figured that it would be, you know, it's one small price to pay for what I was going through, so whatever. But as it started happening and coming out, it's like, it's so much a part of your...
I know.
Yeah.
But now we're all clean.
Now, you know, I started with chemo to shrink the tumor, which fortunately it did, miraculously. In addition to the chemo, I got a drug called Herceptin that was developed at UCLA, and I take that along with the chemo. And it shrunk this tumor. I was able to have a lumpectomy rather than a mastectomy.
Great.
After the surgery, I had 2 more rounds of chemo, and now I'm doing radiation.
There we go. Yes.
I'm on my road. 3 more weeks.
That's amazing.
And I'm done. So.
Now, I'm going to introduce you to the little girl who wrote to me. Her name is Kelly, and she's in the audience, and her letter was it was just like a breath of fresh air when it arrived in the post. Come on, Kelly, get up here. She's 15. right, we're going to have a little look at Kelly on the tape. Come on.
Dear Mrs. Sharon Osbourne, hi, I'm Kelly Countess, I'm 15.
My daughter was diagnosed with thyroid cancer about a year ago.
When Kelly was first diagnosed, I was kind of scared because I didn't know exactly what kind of treatment she would have to go through.
But I'm writing you this letter because you are my role model. A year ago, I had my thyroid removed because it had a nodule in it. I was very sick for a long time.
It was very frustrating being a nurse and not being able to find Kelly a doctor. It was almost devastating to us that we could not find her doctor right away.
Watching you during season 2, going under chemotherapy, you were so strong and brave. It encouraged me during my own struggles.
The Osbournes have pretty good potty mouth going on, but I'm glad that Kelly could relate to Sharon. Kelly's like, wow, she can do that on TV. I know I can do it.
I know you'll never know how much of an impact you've had on me, but thank you so much, Sharon. I love you with all my heart. Love, Kelly Countess.
So Kelly, another cancer survivor here. Look, we're going through the age groups a bit. It's getting younger and younger. That's what I'm noticing. Right. But how are you doing today? How are you feeling?
My health is just like at its best, I've come so far and right now I'm just at my best.
It's all about early detection. Detection. It's all about communication. We've got to communicate. We've got to speak about it, and we've all got to keep in touch, and this is how we find out so that these things don't run away with our lives, and we're going to beat it. I mean, we're stronger than any cancer.
I think that the point that, for me to come here and be supporting Sharon in her wonderful show, as well as supporting her life now, further impacting us with more Osbourneism, is just letting people know that it attacks anyone at any age.
And also the thing of it can never happen to me. Never think that, because we're all the
examples.
same. We are all the same. And look, 15 to 50, it goes through all the generations here. And it affects us all. And so, we got to be strong, never be afraid. And
Exactly.
I want to second what Anastacia said about don't be afraid. And I know we've said some, things about it hurts and this, that. We're just old tarts. We love to whine. But the thing is, it's like, come on, don't be afraid. Cancer, be gone. And for all of you, men and women, men with all those naughty old prostates that they always get, listen, you've got to go onto my website, SharonOsbourne.com, and there's loads of information there for you to talk to doctors and to talk to each other online about all different sorts of cancers for men and women. It's not just for women, it's men too. And I want to thank my guests for all being with me today, and hold on, because we'll be right back.